Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well. This is Jenny with Homeschool Teens with Jenny, and today I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about how I set up my high schoolers' homeschool portfolio. This is not something that's required by our state. It's something that I do just to stay organized. I like to keep my things in one place so that if a college ever does have questions or special requests, like what's the scope and sequence of this subject that your child took? Or do you have sample work? Or do you have tests that you could show us? I want to be able to go to one place, already have it there, and not be panicking during an already stressful admissions process and have everything laid out and ready to go. I want to look prepared. I want to look professional. That's just who I am. That's my personality. I'm a planner. And so this for me was the best setup for my style of organization. It may not be something you choose to do, but I've had a lot of people ask me, Jenny, how do you set up your high school portfolio when they've heard me talk about it? And so I wanted to go ahead and put a video out there that shared those things with you. The majority of my information comes from the Homeschool Scholar. Her name is Lee Benz. She makes coffee table books that are so thin, but they're about 60 to 80 pages long. You can read them in an hour, hour and a half, and they are so informative, not just about high school, but also about middle school if you're preparing for high school. But she is an expert with high school and with getting into college. She had two sons that graduated her homeschool and went on to both get full rides in college. And so she shares the process she uses in her books, in her online seminar, and then she'll share the documents. If you join the online seminar, she'll share the documents that are editable with you so that you can also use them. She's promoting your success as much as she's sharing her own. And I just found it extremely helpful when I was starting to research how I was going to homeschool high school and what we were going to do during the admissions process. This coming year, I have an upcoming 9th grader and an upcoming 11th grader. And that 11th grader is really getting close to us needing to make some plans. And so I already had a system in place in 8th grade. I wanted to make sure I had practice writing course descriptions or making sure that I documented tests and things like that. And so this channel is all about sharing with you guys how I prepared for high school, but also how I'm preparing for college as well. And if you have any questions, please leave them as we go through this video in the comments below, and I'll do my best to get back to you. So now let's flip around and I'll show you the homeschool high school portfolio. Okay guys, so here is a look at homeschool portfolio. This one is for 11th and 12th grade. I filled up a 3-inch binder with 9th and 10th. And so I had to make a new one for my oldest for 11th and 12th. And in the beginning of the homeschool portfolio, I just put all the information I need to stay organized. Some of this will go into a college admissions binder that we're going to make. It's kind of like just a show off piece that he can send with his transcript. I'll talk more about that in a future video, but some of those items are in here. And some of this is just for me. So I start with an overview of their 4-year plan. Obviously, this can change. It's edited on a regular basis, but this just shows me kind of what's planned for each year. This is our official homeschool transcript. Personal information's blocked out, but basically this is an academic record by year. Most colleges like to see it by year. Sometimes it can be organized by subject, where you have mathematics and then English and block it out that way. But most colleges do ask that it be organized by year. And so that's how we went ahead and did this. So we have before high school, freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior years. You have a GPA for each year, and then you calculate a final GPA at the bottom. You put their SAT information or ACT information, their expected graduation date, and also when you turn this in as a parent, you need to make sure that it is signed. The third document that I put in the front of the binder is a reading list. This is so far what he's done this year, and we'll have a few more to add to this, and then we'll start another column for junior year. This is another piece that's not required, but it's something we do keep track of. It's the extracurricular activities and community service. And just with each year, I like both of my kids to participate in 1 or 2 service projects. That's not hard because we're really active in our church. And so there's always service projects going on that we can volunteer for. And extracurricular activities is really showing his personality, what kind of things that he enjoys doing and being involved in, and if there's any awards. In our state, I like to go ahead and just copy and paste from the HSLDA's website. That's the Homeschool Legal Defense Association. You don't have to be a member to go onto their website and to pick your state and see what your homeschooling requirements are. And so I found in our state, there are not specific homeschool requirements for graduation. There's just a requirement for all the years that they want you to abide by. And so just for my reference, I go ahead and put that in the notebook. I also went to our state's Homeschool Education Association, and I printed out what they write up about a student's graduation and their diploma and how it's issued. And so again, this is just knowledge for me to have in my folder in case I need to refer to it. So those are just documents that keep me organized, and that, again, if I need to pull for reference, I'll have. Then we go into the class part of the portfolio, and this is what gets really, really big and thick. Each class is represented by a dividing tab. I write a course description for every class that my students take. I talk about what the class covers, how I grade them. If they want more information after that, they can request it, and I'll show you that I have it behind this page. You only want your course descriptions to be 1 page. So I have my course description. I have the source that we're going to use for this class, credit earned, the credit type. I also include how I graded this class, our grading scale. At the end, you'll include their final grade with their completion date. And many colleges do like to see the highest educational degree level of the person teaching the class. Behind every course description, I include the scope and sequence for the course. Whatever that specific curriculum provides to me, I will put here. They all look a little bit different, but they will basically, you just want a table of contents. Then behind the scope and sequence, I will put any test, any quizzes, if there was an essay that was written, just basically the best samples of my students' work will go here, or anything that I need to prove a grade for. I don't put every piece of paper that they use in a class behind this tab. I have basically a plastic tote, and I throw everything in there, and I pull samples, and the samples are what's in here. Next tab will be the next class. It will have its course description, and you can see here there's going to be a lot that's involved in American Lit. So this one is going to look a little bit fuller, but again, we need to keep it all to 1 page. So I made columns here just to shrink it up a little bit. You just have to play with the format and the layout, but I just use Word. I don't do anything fancy. And again, there was a book list that was included, so I went ahead and put that on here, and this was what their scope and sequence looked like, and so I just went ahead and stuck it behind. And this will display any literary analysis or essays or writing assignments that I think reflect his year of learning, and then everything else, again, will go in that tote. And that is how the whole binder is set up, and that is how I go about making my students' homeschool portfolio. So I hope that this was something that was really helpful for you guys. I hope that it kind of showed you my system clearly. And again, if you have any questions, just leave them in the comment section below and I'll get back to you. But I hope that this was informative and just showed you how kind of I'm doing things. Doesn't mean that's how you have to do them, but I like to share what I'm doing so that hopefully it can help other families too. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.